Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a back to school makeup look. It's very easy to do and will take very little time. The best part about this video is I'll be using all affordable products. So if you want to see how to get this look, then keep on watching. First, I'm going to start off with the brows. I'm using the Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil. On one end it has the product and the other end it has the spoolie to brush out your brows. So I like to start towards the tail of my brows and move in hair-like strokes. Favorite brow pencil is by Benefit, but I would go through it like every 3 months and it was $24. So I tried to find an affordable brow pencil that I really loved. And I came across this one, and this one is only $4. And there we go. So this is how the brow looks filled in versus not filled in. So now we can move on to the other brow. So now we're going to move on to the face. I'm using the e.l.f. Prep and Hydrate Balm as my primer today. It preps the skin and it hydrates. I'm really not a fan of very matte skin. I like my skin to look fresh and dewy. If you have more dry skin, I would recommend this. But if you have more oily skin, I would say go in with a more oil controlling and pore filling primer. So we're going to use the EcoTools blending sponge to just press this into the skin. It really helps to use a primer so that the foundation has a nice base to stick to. Today I'm not going to be using a foundation because, to be honest, when I go to school or to class, I'm in college, I usually don't wear foundation. I just feel like it's an extra step that I don't really need for my skin. So we're going to move straight into concealer. Today I'm going to be using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I have two shades here. I have the shade Light 20 and Fair Neutral 10. So I'm going to go in with Light 20 first and just apply this directly on my skin. I'm going to start off with 2 stripes on both cheeks. So on the nose, the chin, and the forehead. And then taking the same EcoTools blending sponge, I'm going to go ahead and blend that out. I like to use the flat side because I feel like it gives a little bit more coverage to the product. I feel like this is the perfect concealer for this type of look because it's so easy to blend out and you don't have to worry about blending out foundation and then concealer. You could just go straight in with the concealer. So now I'm going to take the same concealer and put some under my eyes to cover all the dark circles and make you appear more awake. And then you can continue to bring it down onto the cheek for extra coverage. So now we're going to go ahead and set the face with some powder to make sure that the concealer doesn't move around throughout the day. And I'll be using the NYX HD Finishing Powder in the shade Banana. So make sure to tap out the creases under your eyes. That way you don't set the creases. And then apply it on the areas where we put the most concealer. I love this powder because it really doesn't make your skin look dry. It really just makes it look really smooth. So now we want to add some color back into the skin. So I'm going to be taking the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. This is one of my favorite bronzers. As you can see, I need to buy a new one. And really just put that where we would contour and bronze. Because we're not going to be contouring today, since this is supposed to be a fast and easy look. I feel like this bronzer really can give you both in one product. I also like to drag it up to give that overall bronze look. Like I've been at the beach all day, but I've really been at home watching YouTube all day. And we're going to also bring some to the hairline and the sides of the forehead. Also take some on the neck And some on the nose. So next for some blush, I'm going to be taking the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. So I like to take that on the apples of my cheeks and then blend it back. I also like to take some of this on the forehead, just for that glow. A little bit on the nose and some on the chin. So today for eyeshadow, we'll be using the e.l.f. eyeshadow duo in the shade Peach Squad. It has this nice peach color and then a bronzy color. So we're going to take the peach color on a fluffy brush and just fluff that out all over the crease and a little bit even on the eyelid. I thought this was a good eyeshadow duo to use for this kind of look because the color peach is really in right now. And the bronze color also makes you look extra tan. The best thing about this eyeshadow duo is only $3 at Target. As you can see, that just gave the eye a really nice shadow and it makes the eye look a lot bigger. So now we're going to take a flat shader brush and pick up that bronzy color. I'm also going to wet the shadow with some setting spray. And we're just going to pat that across the whole lid. Now taking the same fluffy brush we used earlier with no extra product, we're just going to blend the bronze color into the peach color. I'm just going to take some of the bronze color onto my finger like this and tap that right back over the lid since we lost some of the color when we were blending. So now we're going to take a smaller blending brush and just mix the two colors to blend under the lash line, taking a bit more of the bronze color. Having some type of shadow under the eye makes the eye look a bit bigger and more awake. So now I'm going to take a smaller brush and use the powder that we were using earlier and take a tiny amount and put this under the brow to highlight and clean up the shadow under there. I'm going to go in with highlight. I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter in the shade Precious Petals. And I'm taking that on a little highlighter brush. I'm going to focus this on the top of the cheekbones, to the forehead, onto the nose, in between the eyes, above the lip and on the chin. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the same highlight onto my finger and pat this into the inner corner of the eye. I find that this really just gives the eye an extra pop. Now moving on to lashes, I'm going to be taking this Revlon eyelash curler and curling my lashes. So for mascara, I'll be taking the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise in the shade Blackest Black. A lot of people also compare this to the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And I've also tried that mascara and I actually think this one's a lot better and it's way more affordable. So now that the top lashes are dry, I'm going to be adding very little of this mascara onto my bottom lashes. I'll be taking some setting spray. I'm using the All Star Face Setting Mist from ColourPop. So now that our setting spray is dry, I also like to set down the brows. I use the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper in the shade Light. It just looks like this. I just like to comb this through the brows and make them really stand up. I like to do this step last because if I do this before the setting spray, it just counteracts the brow gel and it's like I never put any on. So lastly for lips, I'm going to be using the NYX Slide On Glide On Lip Pencil in the shade Nude Suede Shoes. And I like to outline my lips and overdraw them just a bit. I find it's really easy for me to overdraw my lips with this shade because it's so nude and matches my lip color perfectly. And then I'll be taking the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Echo Park. So instead of packing this all over the lid, I like to just dot some on and then blend it out with my finger. So this is the completed look. Thank you everybody for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video very soon.